Sharks are back, looking for the best products and businesses America has to offer.
The only thing that really matters, what is it? Money.
If the Sharks hear a great idea, they're ready to invest using their own money.
I think you're smart, slick, greedy, and it's offensive.
And fight each other for a piece of the action.
I'll go halves with you, but no Robert.
I hate being screwed on these deals.
Nothing personal, Robert.
No, it is personal, Cuban.
Okay, it is, but I don't care.
But first, the entrepreneurs must convince a shark to invest the full amount they're asking for, or they'll walk away with nothing.
This is $500 million company.
It's sink,
So that's almost an insult.
or swim.
5% feels offensive to
Would
me.
you have taken 5% for Facebook?
Well put.
Who are the Sharks? They're 5 self-made, filthy rich investors. Kevin O'Leary is a venture capitalist who started a software business in his basement, which he eventually sold for $3.2 billion. Barbara Corcoran turned a $1,000 loan into a real estate empire worth hundreds of millions in the shark-filled city of Manhattan. Damon John is a fashion and branding expert who grew his homemade hats and t-shirts into the globally recognized fashion brand FUBU. Robert Herjavec, the son of an immigrant factory worker, is now a technology mogul who sold his first internet companies for over $350 million. And Mark Cuban, a self-made billionaire entrepreneur and the outspoken owner of the 2011 NBA champion Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank is Dave Mayer with a new twist to a conventional product.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Dave Mayer, and my company is Clean Bottle. I'm here today seeking $60,000 in exchange for 5% of the company. Like pretty much everyone these days, I use a water bottle. And they're great. You don't have to spend a fortune on bottled water, and it's just the right thing to do for the environment. But these bottles all have one major problem. You can't get to the bottom of them to clean them out. So every 2 weeks that go by, I'd open my bottle, it'd look like a science experiment gone wrong. It's full of mold, it smelled disgusting. The last thing I want to do is drink out of this thing. So one day, it hit me. And that's when I came up with the Clean Bottle. It's the world's only bottle that unscrews from the bottom, as well as the top. So you can get in there, clean it out, air dry it so it doesn't get nasty in the first place, and the nozzle comes out, so you can clean that out as well. So I launched the product about a year ago, and I didn't have a lot of money to market it, so I had to get creative. I went to the biggest bike race in the world. Check out what I did.
And if you look to the side there, you'll see a giant potter running along.
That's fantastic.
That thing is literally everywhere. I mean, this guy must be exhausted. He's been waving to the fans now, poor fella.
That is great. Talk about guerrilla marketing. Let me show you the running holder. I know you ran the New York Marathon. A lot of people run with water, as you know.
This is a very clever idea.
Thank you.
You got any sales?
I launched the product in May, right before the Tour de France.
Right.
Since then, I've sold $750,000 worth of bottles.
How many units is that, Dave?
About 150,000 units. We're in every single retailer that matters.
It's so simple. It's one of those ideas that when you showed it to me, my first thought was, of course, why didn't all the bottles start this way?
Your mascot looks like he's about 7'18". You guys should meet him.
I am the Clean Bottle Boy. Ride clean or die.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God!
Champions ride clean. Losers, they ride dirt.
Who is that?
Bill Walton's like one of the all-time greatest centers in NBA history.
How would you get a superstar like this? I saw him at a basketball game, and I knew that he was a cyclist.
And you just went up to him?
I went up to him. I mean, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Bill, are you part of this deal in some way other than appearing
No,
here today?
I'm just a fan, and I'm a user, and I'm a believer.
Dave, tell us the economics. Okay, you've sold 150,000 units. That's $5 a pop, right?
That's right.
Did you make any money on the 750,000?
In the last 12 months, we made 118,000.
Why aren't you just investing that so you don't need 60,000 and you keep your 5% equity?
118,000. We're using a lot of that money. We're about to take out the tools for the stainless steel bottle. That's $68,000. I need to eat. I have a family, 2 kids, and then I want strategic investors.
Dave, you understand my skepticism. Great presentation. Love the tall guy.
I am the clean bottle boy.
60,000. You're asking for 60.
For 5%. You're here to make one of us work for you because you're only offering us 5%.
You know, I'm greedy, just like you guys. I don't want to give away 2 arms, cut off 2 arms, when you only have to cut off 1 pinky. $60,000 is 5%. I'm willing to negotiate. If you guys want to go up more, if you believe in the product, if you believe in the vision, then we can have that conversation.
So Dave, here's what I think about you. I think you're smart, you're slick, you're greedy, and it's offensive. And I can't wait to be your friend and partner.
All right, thanks.
What? It has to be worth it for me. Now you're offering for $60,000 5%, but I would want 25%.
Okay. So, I've worked at Goldman Sachs for 2 years. All I did was valuation. That's just the wrong outcome for me. I mean, $60,000 for 25%? Is that what you said?
You know what? You know why?
So $240,000
to me,
is how you're valuing the company?
Well, I'm not valuing the company. I'm valuing my time. 5% is not enough for me to get out of bed.
How much would it take?
25%.
Okay. Are there any other offers?
I'll give you $100,000 for 0 equity and 50 cents of every bottle you sell in perpetuity.
I respect your offer, but I think to siphon off cash at the time when we're growing the quickest, I don't think you would advise anyone to do that deal.
What you need is capital to buy inventory.
I'm here not just for the money. God's honest truth, I'm here for you guys. It's advice. It's getting on the phone once a month. Let's have some coffee. Let's talk.
You know what is such a turnoff for me in this deal? 5%. It feels offensive to me.
Would you have taken 5% for Facebook? So don't discount that.
Well put. So Dave, I'm not offended by the low percentage ask because you're not asking for a lot of money. I think you were dead on when you evaluated Kevin's offer. He's taking cash flow out of a business, which is like sucking blood out of a business when it's starting out.
I think that's what you do
know
when you
can't
take
do
equity.
That.
You're stealing his
Kevin,
company.
Damon is valuing your entire company at $240,000.
I'm valuing my time. Now, I can change the offer if you and I don't have to speak, and it's just an investment.
That's so disrespectful. I mean, the guy's a nice guy. Why wouldn't you help the guy out if you
It's not about helping, it's about time.
Here's my offer. $60,000 for 10%.
Okay.
Mark?
I'll give you $60,000 for 8% because I see the vision and I see where you can go and I think it's going to be worth a lot of money.
Final offers, everyone? All the offers in?
I'll give you $60,000 for 5%. Your original ask. I mean, I don't own a basketball team, but I have a lot of connections in the sports world. I spent last weekend biking with Lance Armstrong and Stephen Bauer. I'm happy to take 5%. It's a bit of a flyer. I'll give you the $60,000, exactly what you asked for.
Dave, you know, I think you have 2 very good offers on the table, so I'm going to retract my offer. I'm out.
And just to clear the deck, this just isn't my type of business. I'm out.
Dave, time for you to make a decision. What do you want to do?
Dave has 3 offers on the table. Kevin is offering $100,000 for no equity, but wants a royalty of 50 cents per bottle sold. Mark is offering $60,000 for 8%, while Robert is offering $60,000 for 5%.
So I offered you exactly what you asked for.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Mark, I know it's a big ask. $60,000 for 6%. That's $1 million valuation. We've almost done that in 15 months. We're in every major store that matters. It's going to light the world on fire.
Well, Dave, hang on a sec. I'm not real good with people completely ignoring me. You came out here and you said, believe me, I'm an operator. I bought in it right away. I saw the passion. And at the very end, when I make you the exact offer you're looking for, you throw over a better offer to Mark, I'm out.
The main reason is getting $60,000 for
Don't waste your breath on me.
You're not strategically thinking, my friend. You're hypersensitive to the equity you're losing, and you completely ignore an offer that doesn't cost you anything. Why don't you counter me with a less of a royalty?
I do not want to give up money when I need it the most.
Horrible negotiation. I hope Mark does do what I think he's going to do to you. Screw you.
Mark, if you can get down to my negotiating range, what's the difference? This is one bottle of wine for you. Don't lose sight of a couple percent here. Let's do this.
Don't lose sight of your opportunity.
Dave, why don't you get on your knees and start groveling?
I'm making a pitch. I'm making an impassioned plea. Mark, let's do this.
I understand it's only 2%, especially since it's $60,000. But the flip side is, if we do our job right, that 2% is going to be worth a lot of money, which is why you're fighting for it.
My dad, he packs all the bottles. I'd like to give him a quick phone call, if you guys don't mind, and talk about
I'm not going anywhere.
So, all right. Don't change anything while I'm gone, okay?
Mark, I don't understand why he's so caught up on the extra 1 or 2%.
Because he knows what it's going to be worth.
He's greedy.
So Robert came in for 60 at 5%, so exactly what I wanted, but then Mark came in at a little bit higher, basically 60 for 8%, which values the company at $750,000. But I just think that he's a better strategic partner, so I'm going to try to talk him down or something. I tried once, I'm going to try again, but I think he may be the right guy to go with.
Okay, but just remember that that price, I think, is extremely low. And you know what? Don't be afraid to walk away from the deal, Dave.
Are you planning on meeting him in the middle or holding steady?
No, I'm going to hold steady.
Then you should be thanking us for all dropping out.
I am.
So Dave, you talked to your dad?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Mark, I thought long and hard about it. You're the right guy to partner with in this business. I'm very concerned about equity, as I should be. Right? This is my baby. I built it from the ground up.
I understand. I've been there.
Here's what I want to do. Help me a little bit. Can we meet in the middle? 7%. That's a great deal.
What is wrong with you?
Mark, let's meet in the middle. I'm a reasonable guy. 2 lives, 1 dream. Let's do it. Come on, Mark. Come on.
He's greedier than you are.
I have never seen such greed.
Unbelievable.
Mark, I know you're there. It feels so good to say yes. Just say it, man.
What are you going to do, Mr. Cuban?
I look at it the other way around, right? A $1.2 million valuation, 2% of that's $24,000. You're not valuing my contribution. Just bringing it to the Mavericks, you couldn't buy that for $24,000. That's why I'm sticking to my guns.
Dave, think about it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it, man. What are you
Oh
saying?
my God.
Deal! Done and done. Congratulations, man. You're great.
2 lives, 1 dream.
Great job.
Dangerous play. Dangerous play. Wow.
He's a greedy pig. I love him.
I'm a lean, mean, clean bottle machine.
Oh, knock it off.
Oh, it's as corny as can be.
Yes, sir!
I took a huge gamble trying to negotiate with Mark, but I wanted to push him to the end. Every percent of Clean Bottle means a lot to me, but at the end of the day, I got a great deal.
Last season, we saw Jason and Michael strike a deal with Robert Herjavec for their innovative speaker company, Audio.
Make magic happen, Rob. All right, great guys.
Let's see where they're at now.
Since appearing on Shark Tank, Audio is growing out of control. We've relocated from Chicago to our brand new offices in sunny Southern California. We have 9 employees now. Our products are in such high demand, by the time they come into the United States, we're shipping them out the next day. We moved all of our inventory on Mike's garage and into a huge warehouse that ships and fulfills all of our orders.
We have huge international deals from distributors who saw us on Shark Tank. You can find our Audio speakers in 4,000 stores here in the U.S. and 38 countries around the world.
Our business has increased 300%.
And our sales are over $2 million.
We just had our company valuated at over $4 million. Our experience on Shark Tank was priceless. We are now the small speaker company that's making a lot of noise.
Bush. And I'm Sue Kruskoff. Our company is My Wonderful Life, and we're here today to ask you for $100,000 for 10% of the company.
So how about a show of hands? How many of us are going to die? But how many of us tell our friends and family exactly what we would want for a funeral?
My Wonderful Life is a free website where you can plan and personalize your own funeral, so you get the celebration you want, and it takes a huge burden off of your family.
We came up with the idea after I lost my husband about 5 years ago. And even though he was sick for about a year when the time came, we still really didn't know what he wanted. We ended up pulling together a really memorable, really celebratory party in his honor at one of his favorite bars. I had people come up to me afterwards saying, how do I make sure I can have a celebration like that?
It was really awesome, and had he had our site, it would have been so much easier for him to let us know what he wanted. When Nancy and I went online, we found, God, there really aren't any options to do that out there. Further research showed that 75% of baby boomers, like us, really want something far more celebratory. We don't want the funeral our parents had. The death rate is going to double over the next 30 years. I mean, what a huge business opportunity that is. So let us show you how it works. Okay, well, Kevin, since you are Mr. Wonderful, of course.
That's so true.
It is so true. So, of course, we have to talk about the wonderful life of Kevin O'Leary. You basically go online, you fill out an online book, and inside are all the options that you can have in terms of, you know, where do you want your funeral to be? What kind of wine do you want to have? Cabernet? I mean, and really, do you want to prepay for your funeral? I mean, that's something that we know you would want to do for sure. Then what you do is you designate up to 6 people, could be your fellow sharks, who are going to carry out your wishes. They just click on a link and they get a summary of everything you would have wanted for your funeral.
It's an $11 billion industry, and we're going to lead the way. So who's going to join us?
I love the dead guy business. For the very reasons you've identified, everybody's going to bite it. So what's the plan to make money?
We're very, very excited because we have just partnered with one of the largest insurance companies in the country, and we've developed a product called the My Wonderful Life Plan. And so people can set aside any amount of money to prepay for their funeral. It's basically like buying an insurance policy.
So when you die, your loved ones, all they have to do is print out the summary. On the summary, it says, Kevin's paid for his funeral. Here's where you can access the money.
So does the money go to you?
We make a commission on every sale.
Oh, I see.
So we're making about 5% on every sale.
What's a typical sale?
If you were to put away $5,000 for your funeral, we would make $250 on that.
Who does the money come from?
The money comes from the insurance company, and they hold the money, and that money continues to earn interest for them.
How many users do you have today?
We have 7,000 today.
How long has the site been up?
It's been up 3 years.
What did you gross?
We actually have not made any money to date.
The problem I see with your business model is a very small fraction of the people actually pre-plan their funeral.
Was that true?
Yes,
That is actually not true.
That is not true.
What percentage?
If you look at just funeral planning in general, 25% of the people over 50 prepay in
They
some.
do it with the individual funeral home.
A lot of us don't want to go through a funeral home. You can go through a funeral home to be cremated or whatever, but you may just want to have a great party, and that money is put aside to have a party at your favorite place.
I get what you guys are trying to do. Have you signed exclusive deals with these insurance companies?
It's not an exclusive deal.
That's a killer to me.
Nothing proprietary about this. Why can't I just set up Uncle Kevin's Snuff City?
What's even worse, I can come in and go to those same companies and say, you know what, I'll take a little bit less, but I want an exclusive. And then all of a sudden, you're stuck.
This was an interesting idea based on an emotional moment in your life, Nancy. I understand that. But as a business plan, I see all kinds of holes in it. Nothing proprietary about it. You're captured by an insurance company, hard to acquire customers, competing with the funeral homes themselves that have no interest in giving you any business.
We have surveyed the members that we do have, and 40% of them say they want to prepay. So this isn't something that, you know, we're just throwing out there and, you know,
No, no one's saying there's not
will.
a potential business. The problem is you haven't taken a lot of the basic business steps to protect yourself. In all my business, I always ask myself, if I was trying to kick my own ass, what would I do? And those are things you haven't done yet.
Well, and that's why we're here.
I'm out.
We have 7,000 members right now, and
They're paying you nothing.
Did any of the 7,000 people die?
Yes.
And what prevented them from paying at that point?
We didn't have that available at that point.
I think that I'll probably be dead before I see my money back. I'm out.
But here's the thing, guys. If 40% of our 7,000 members right now wanted to put aside, let's just say $5,000, that immediately generates $700,000.
But you haven't tested it. If you had tested that model, we've already accumulated so many dollars in commissions, you would have a whole different presentation here, but you're really here too early. I'm out.
If your investment is $100,000, we'll get 25,000 new members based on a $4 per member acquisition.
So how do you know that?
Because we've tested it. We invested some of our own money to see how much it would cost to get a member.
But you didn't monetize them.
And you didn't protect it either.
So I don't think you've even gotten out of the starting gate. There's no business. I'm out.
Kevin, come on. Kevin. Kevin.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. It really sucked. The most interesting part of your pitch is you said, everybody's gonna be dead. I'm listening. And then you don't tell me how I make any money from them. Come up with a plan that every guy that dies, I make some money, then I'm in.
Aw,
That's it.
Well, I don't want to plan your funeral, Kevin.
I'm never gonna die. I'm a vampire. I'm out.
Oh, thanks for your time. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Oh, I hate it.
Next up is Michael Levin, whose business can help anyone become a published author.
My name is Michael Levin, and my company is Business Ghost. I'm asking for $200,000 in exchange for 10% of the company. I'm a writer. In fact, I've done more than 100 books. My work has been made into TV shows and movies and has appeared on the New York Times bestseller list. But chances are you've never heard of me. That's because I'm a ghostwriter. I help people tell their stories from behind the scenes. My clients include some of the top CEOs in America, major sports figures, top broadcasters and celebrities. Just about everybody has a dream of becoming a published author. At Business Ghost, we make that dream come true. Here's how it works. You come to us with a need for a story. Our team will organize it, write it, design it, publish it, and market it. One-stop shopping. I can see Business Ghost becoming the leading provider of ghost-written books in the United States. But I can only make that happen with your expertise and your capital. Who's interested?
I understand the business model of one ghostwriter.
Right.
I'm trying to understand, how does that work on a larger scale?
Well, that's a great question. The first name of the company is business. Most of our clients are business people, are entrepreneurs, and there are tens of millions of businesses in the United States. Basically, we have a writing team of 8 writers. The writers do the interviewing. We have a chief creative officer who oversees their work. It's my job to bring in the work.
How much do you charge for that?
We charge anywhere between $35,000 and $75,000.
Does that include a run of the book?
Yes, that includes the printing of the book so that they've got actual physical books.
And how many copies of the hardcover book?
You get 50 to 100 copies of the book.
So how do you acquire new customers? Is it all referral business?
It's mostly referral business up to this point, yes. We're averaging about 2 books a month right now. Honestly, we're doing about 650 to 700,000 gross this year.
Mike, you've achieved what every writer never gets. Profitability. But I don't know if this is a leverageable business. I don't know if you can turn it into a $5 million a year business. You're basically selling vanity printing. In other words, I'm a guy, I want a book, I can't get a U.S. publisher to pick me up. I come to you bang out 100 copies, cost me 35 grand.
Yeah, I cringe a tiny bit on the inside when I hear the word vanity, but yes, we are making a marketing tool disguised as a book. We tell our clients, your income stream is not going to be revenue derived from the sale of the book. Use the book to build your business.
Why aren't you interested in the people who want to write about their dog and their friend and the story they had growing up? It may not necessarily be business related. Why are you staying away from that? Because then you open yourself up to a much bigger market.
Right.
Right, Damon, the first thing I want to say, Damon, is that I loved your book, Display of Power.
I love the way you suck up.
You're next. Anyway.
You're good.
You like that?
As a schmoozer.
Where was I?
Well, why aren't you opening up to the masses?
You know, it's about quality. It's about the integrity of the quality. I'm putting my name on every book. Not everybody in the country can afford a book. I cannot do a book at $10,000 and make money on it.
Mike, I've heard your business model. I understand it. But to scale this business, to take it public, to make it liquid, for me to get back my $200,000, regardless of what percentage of the business I take, I see as a very difficult challenge. I don't see how I'm going to make any money here. I'm out.
Well, in that case, I'm not going to schmooze you anymore.
I like this guy.
Yeah, the question about scalability is incredibly important. I truly believe that with somebody other than moi running the company...
To do what?
To give the business direction. I'm the classic example of the entrepreneur who has taken something as far as he can and has reached knucklehead status.
Michael, you can't offload the responsibility of coming up with the right strategy, and that's where it falls apart for me. The best salesman in your company, the guy who's responsible for a strategy, has to be you. I'm out.
Okay, I appreciate that. I still think that just about anybody on the planet could do a better job of running my business then that's too self-deprecating.
I want to address that if
Please.
I could. I found in the many years of experience I have, the minute someone running any business, large or small, starts talking about getting a CEO, it's code for I'm tired of my business, and what should really be happening is I should be going into a different business. So I'm out.
I think if I invested into this business, getting my money back will end up being a mystery book. I'm out.
Well stated. Punch to the gut. Okay. Mark, it's just the two of us.
There's a lot that I like about your business. And literally, you, right? You're a hustler. Where I have significant problems is you didn't really address the specific changes in your industry. There's a real fundamental question as to whether or not people will even publish books going forward.
That's exactly right. I think the book itself as a tool of disseminating information, sadly, is all but disappearing in society. And ironically, in an era when books are harder and harder to make money on, a business owner who has one of our books is going to stand out even more from the crowd because there's something so wonderfully old school and significant about a book. And that is the
linchpin of the future of your business.
That's correct.
To me, that has the future potential of investing in a weightlifting snowman.
A weightlifting snowman?
You think about that. Now, if this was 1995, I probably would have invested. I'm out.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you all so much.
Good luck, Mike.
What's with the weightlifting snowman?
Think about it, Barbara.
I did not get a deal today. It is very disappointing. It's going to be tough to tell my kids. But the real thing is that I'm very, very passionate about what I do. Business Ghost will go forward, and I'll keep on telling people stories because that's what's in my heart to do.
I'm Alice Nelson. I'm from Miami, Florida, and the name of my company is Easy VIP. We've all had that night where you go out, you go to a club, you're stuck outside, you can't get in, and it can be really embarrassing. I had enough of all the uncertainties that come with going out, and that's exactly when I created Easy VIP.
Everything good? Everything good?
I've been able to hire staff, get a new office space, and we're turning a profit. Right now, we're only in Miami, but I've proven my business works. My company's on the verge of something big. And more important than the money, I want to align myself with the Sharks for all they can bring to the table. Hi, my name is Alice Nelson. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I'm founder and CEO of Easy VIP. I'm seeking $150,000 for 15% stake in my company. So you're visiting Miami tonight. You heard about this great event going on. It's the talk of the town. So you decide to take a couple friends and a couple clients out to entertain them and show them a good time. Only problem is when you arrive at this event, there's over 700 people outside, and now your whole night is in jeopardy, and you're embarrassed in front of your friends and clients because you just brought them to an event that you can't even get them into. This scenario happens to people every night of the week. I thought to myself, there has to be a better way. I envisioned a website where people could come, view the best events in any city, and pre-purchase their night out. What Expedia does for airlines, or what OpenTable does for restaurants, we do that for nightlife. Once you find the exact event you want to attend, you can pre-purchase admission tickets, bottle service. I mean, you can even choose the exact VIP table inside of a venue that you want to attend. Once you select everything, you make your purchase, that's it, you're done. And it doesn't matter if you do it a day in advance or 3 months in advance. You can always opt to have one of our Easy VIP reps meet you in the front, walk you in, and give you the treatment you deserve. We launched in Miami, which we all know is one of the biggest nightlife markets in the world. And right away it was a hit. So I just have one question for everyone. Who wants to be VIP with me?
How much money are you making on this?
Just in Miami, we did $90,000 net.
Really?
Gross, we did a little over $250.
Impressive.
Just in Miami alone.
What are the levels of these type of venues? Are they high-end, luxury?
All high-end, all high-end. With us, it's about having the top venues in any place. So when you come to Easy VIP, you can close your eyes and point to a venue. You want to be there for one reason or another. If you didn't want to be there, they wouldn't be on our site.
Last time I went to Miami, it cost me $130,000 in champagne.
Yeah, let me tell you.
I could have called you and you would have saved me some money.
Let me tell you, I'm so glad you brought that up. Some people came to our site, they were from out of town, actually out of the country, I think like Russia or something like that. And they pre-purchased their night to an event, right? 2 months in advance. I think they spent like $1,000 on the table. Fast forward 2 months later, a big game happened. These guys won, and they went out to celebrate that night, okay?
So I happened to have been there that night that my buddy won the NBA championship.
I was there.
Once
he went in there, the table minimums went to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Are you saying that night somebody actually pre-booked with you, that person was locked in, and the promoter didn't say, you can't come in now, I'm getting $10,000?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. And once a sale goes through, that sale is final. And all of the prices that's set on the site are set beforehand.
I somewhat don't believe it, because they may say, I'm not giving this to your people. I can get $5,000 easily here, and you're going to try to book out 10 of my or 20 of my tables?
How it works is this. Say if the venue has 30 tables, they're willing to pre-sell 10 or 5. You come to the site, you're going to get a list of events, only the top events. And from there, you select the exact table you want. A picture of that table comes up. You see this table has a $700 minimum.
And the advantage to the owner is that you're selling it ahead of time. So they know they got cash coming in. Is it only Miami?
Right now, we launched in Miami. Now we just secured contracts in LA, Vegas, and New York.
How do you even know I'm the guy with the table waiting?
The bouncer has everyone's name who pre-purchased something that night.
Listen, Damon is out every night with at least 5 girls on his arms.
No, I got 2 puppies.
He lives that life. I'm at home reading a novel every night. Yeah. So this is a life that I can't even relate to. And for that reason alone, I'm out.
Our whole thing is access and convenience. That's what we push to our clients. The reason why I started with nightclubs and nightlife in general is because that's the market I understand.
Let me tell you where I'm at on this deal. It's a very interesting business you built. I admire your initiative here, but I'm sitting at home with Barbara with the dog by the fire.
Oh, I'm going to get sick.
I'm out.
I like the idea, right? Al, I like you. You know, I see the game. I see what you're trying to do. Yeah. It's just hard for me to connect with this type of business.
And that's why you have a partner. You wouldn't have to worry about that.
Well, but I do, right? Because the things I do, I like to be successful at, and I like to kick ass at. And I just don't know if I'll be able to connect enough and provide enough time to really get you to the next level. So for that reason, I'm out.
I love the idea, but I hate to admit it, but I'm a pretty old, boring guy. I don't really hang out at nightclubs. I'd love to be in on this if you can get Damon involved. I'll give you the $75,000 if you can get the other $75,000.
What percentage?
Well, I'm not there yet, Kevin.
I've always wanted to go clubbing with a Croatian. Always.
Damon, you don't go out till midnight. I'm asleep by 11.
And here is my opportunity. Woo, woo, right? I want 45%.
Whoa.
Robert understands technology. Yeah. So I would partner up with Robert. So, Robert, if you're okay with $150,000 for 45%.
$75,000 from Damon, $75,000 for me, and I promise I will never be seen in the nightclubs.
We want you there.
For 45%.
So that's an offer. I have to turn that offer down.
Wow. Wow, you didn't even think about it.
This isn't $1 million company. This isn't a $10 million, $50 million. This is $100, $500 million company.
Today.
So for me to sell 40, for me to sell, but I understand where it's going. If you would offer me that 12 months ago, maybe we would have had a conversation.
Make a count.
Impressive.
18.
18 what?
18%.
Crazy.
18%. I love your confidence.
Because that's almost an insult.
It's no emotions. It's just...
Sometimes in negotiations, when we're so far apart, it doesn't make any sense. I don't want to waste your time.
No, it's no waste of time. We're talking about money. It's never wasting time.
I love that.
So, all right. Check this out. I'll sweeten it a little bit.
Okay.
I work with a lot of artists. I work with Pitbull. He's one of the biggest artists in the world.
Ooh.
I'm going back to the 45, but I'll throw in an artist like Pitbull.
That's a big deal.
A face behind the
45%.
That's what this is missing.
Here's what I'll do. I'll go halves with you, but no Robert.
I hate being screwed on these deals.
It's nothing personal, Robert.
No, it is personal, Cuban.
Okay, it is. It is, but I don't care.
I know you don't care because you're that kind of guy. I mean, you sit there and you screw us all in the very end. I get it.
Alashay has one deal on the table from Damon and Robert. Mark has decided to come back in and attempt to kick Robert out of the deal.
I hate being screwed on these deals.
It's nothing personal, Robert.
No, it is personal, Cuban.
Okay, it is. It is, but I don't care.
I know you don't care because you're that kind of guy. I mean, you sit there and you screw us all in the very end. I get it.
So, Al, I've decided that we're going to run over Robert like a scurvy dog. And Cuban and I will offer you for $150,000, 45%. And I will bring an A-list artist as a face, and I will take that out of my share.
And I will be there to help you with the
See what kind of partners they are? They'll throw you under the bus without thinking about it, my friend.
They're sharks. What do you expect?
Just to keep it interesting in the tank. and add a little je ne sais quoi. I'm going to throw out an offer, $150,000 for 25%, and, you know, I'll come and dance with you once again.
Are you serious, Kevin?
I'm dead serious.
That changes a lot, guys.
Friend, here's what I'll do.
Okay.
I'll go in with Kevin. And let me tell you something. Pitbull is a great artist, but there's a lot of artists out there. We can get that same deal. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind.
You know what, James Taylor, Paul Simon, I know would love this deal.
Don't even bother with that. This is just noise. So I'll partner with Robert. I'll give you $150,000, $75,000 each for 25%, and we'll provide technical services and financial depth when you need it. You make it happen in LA, in Vegas, in New York, we're there.
And that artist comes out of your percentage.
Comes out of our percentage.
Yes. It's the same deal.
You know what? It is not the same deal, Kevin. It's not the same deal because we're only getting 25%.
Just remember this. Retaining 55% of a watermelon is a whole lot better than 75% of a grape.
Don't sell yourself short.
Who was it when they walked into one of your clubs, the price of the tables went up 10x?
Nah, I remember.
But you know what? You're not selling to guys like Cuban. Let's be honest.
Guess what? I am not going to lose this deal, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to offer you the $150,000 for 30%.
So it's a worse deal. Why would he do that? He's not stupid.
Because we bring more value.
We bring more value, but I need an answer from you now.
Right now.
$150,000, and I will bring an A-list artist to it.
Okay, look, I'll keep it interesting. That's what I love about me. I just like to keep it interesting. $150,000 for 20%.
You just took our percentage down to 20?
If you don't want to be with me, that's okay.
All right, you know what? I'm in. 75,000, each of us 20%.
When you need to have that right party at the right club to get that deal signed, we're going to be able to walk in, Damon and I, and help you close the deal. That face recognition you talked about is going to help you close the deal.
That is such noise. You've proven a business model. People that own clubs aren't there to party. They're there to make money. Exactly. That's what Kevin and I are offering you. I'm not a big shot like Cuban. I'm not arrogant like Cuban.
30%.
30%.
Why?
Because you can trust me, I'm not in the deal, okay? People who have the most fun with their business make the most money. Ask yourself, who are you going to have the most fun with? These boring guys or those two guys? Trust your gut.
You're going to give up 10% equity for fun?
Trust your gut.
Let me start with you guys' offer. Obviously, for the financial part, their offer is better. For the percentages, 30%, 10% difference. That's a lot. You know, especially as we grow and we don't know what the future holds. And as from this side, I love the tech. I love just the merchant of truth. I respect it. I understand it. But I think what this side is missing is the branding guy. So for that,
wait a second. Let me haul this back.
He said he went in. He said he went in. Thank you. Thank you. We are going to party and have a great time. We did it.
Good decision.
Congratulations. Not on my watch.
Damon, I expect that from Cuban, not from you.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
When I went out there, it was a feeding frenzy. The sharks identified with my idea, and I mean, I think they saw the real value in it.
Next time on Shark Tank.
I'm seeking a $1.5 million investment.
You blew it.
Now I'm sure you're asking yourself, how did this idiot make his way into the Shark Tank?
I'm one man trying to do his best for this country.
I mortgaged my house, and I have a second lien on my house.
Who cares?
I'm the one that knows technology. I'm the one who gets it.
Trick. He's done it before.
You want to sell something, or do you not?
This is absurd.
I'll do you a favor, Damon. You're out.
What Would You Do returns in a big way now on ABC.